Soluna mı gidiyor? Nice, güzel. Güzel. Vur şunu. Güzel trade.
With a sheriff from there can be difficult. The rest of the team, the thing is, he's kind of bought them time just by being in that position, spotting that many players. They can get into the afterplan, and the attackers.
Waterfall mu alıyorlar? Waterfall.
To be proactive.
Hafif agrolar Waterfall'a. Bakın Canaz diye önden oynuyor. Yemedi flash. Diğerleri yedi. O bomba üzer. Süre çok yok. Hadi beyler.
There's at least Fade alongside Cypher spotted. I think they know Omen's there as well. That's all the information. Now, all that's left to do is find the kills. Huge damage done on the wall banks. And now, trouble.
Çok iyi. Siktir ya.
Flying at it. I don't think they got it half. The fights need to be won by BBL here and now. And the time is already too far gone. One to find
utility, and that seems to be what Woot is doing, leaving that man alone in the late round to almost play off of. I don't know. I think that's just as dangerous as anything else. For BBL, okay, they managed to get an orb in a round where you have a single sheriff to play with. Collecting the orbs is not a bad thing whatsoever. I'll be very impressed if they get this second one, but I think it's much more likely they're just going to try and do a little bit of damage here.
Well, that's it, and even 2 kills will be enough to put a dent in the economy. We've seen shields purchased across the board. We've seen only one player on Heretics have a light weapon. Guardians and Bulldogs filling out the roster. With Mini-Boo having a Vandal. Now, damage on the Sociable is good. This is Benji's classic. He's almost just a turret at this point as well. Sure, he can get a kill, but he's just trying to keep this information, and if he goes down, at least they have info to trade out. It's the side itself. So many players alive, some utility still to play with. This could get dangerous. Already, BBL are forcing that early utility out. Post-plant from Heretics being burned up. Now it comes into blind spams, and that's somewhere that they excel. Wow.
Stop anybody going in that direction.
Sertçe oynuyorlar.
Instead, though, look at the pace of Heretics. They're going into C already.
Yeah, there's no time to wait for this roster. Quite an aggressive stance. Perhaps we'll find value. Vac, a danger man up close.
Çok iyi Yampi, bravo oğlum.
Yampi, the real danger
trade alındı. Çok güzel trade'ler, çok güzel.
That prompts Vac to do the same, claiming backside control and spotting another
4v3, 4v3.
damage to Rien's also known to be there. They're starting to put this squad in a box, and you can guess that someone's around Mound. A smoke should be online for Prophet. Paranoia used. It doesn't catch them though. Still on the side, ready to fight as Rien's connecting the first. Benji steps in to help, and now suddenly the script is being flipped. That's a dangerous push from Prophet, just straight through the smoke. Nothing to be found by it, and Social, bar the one, but with time ticking and 2 players still alive, this should be an impossible clutch for Sociable. The Nano doesn't make it that much more difficult, but the player peeking on top of Mount certainly does. Well handled.
Into other players, you've also got tape to watch back of this. I think catching Heretics off guard is going to be way more difficult, and this team, as said, has a lot of reps on this map. Sure, comps changed a bit, but in essence, still a lot of similar roles and comfort.
Comps changed, possibly improved for what they're looking to do as well. And I think, you know, this is very much it. Coming into this after Pearl.
Dönüp C mi oynayacaklar?
First map going the way it
Evet,
did, but
dönüp C oynuyorlar.
Pearl, it being BBL on Pearl. Now we move to Lotus.
Bunlar hasta değil miydi, ne ara iyileştiler? Abi 2 hafta oldu ya. İyileştiler çok uzun zaman önce. Bir önceki maçta hastalardı.
Yes, the last map was close, but it was because BBL are very good on Pearl, not because they're as good a team as Heretics. In that world, I see Heretics dominating this map.
Dur
The
bakayım.
other is that BBL actually have quite a fight. They really legitimize their name beyond what they've done so far. There's no questions if was Fnatic on an off day and so on.
Kill çıkarmamız lazım. Ekonomileri uçuyor şu an, ekonomi.
Something to note as well is the last time out, Vac played this exact same role. He had the solo Cypher on this side of the map. He did well to get a kill and get out versus GX.
Yes.
They are destroying him so far, and they are intentionally putting the pressure on him.
Her yer smoke.
This is a different team. This isn't GX. I think you could guess from the logo. That'd be the same region, but that's about it. Nice damage. It's just pistols.
Anladım abi.
You can see how quickly they cut through like a hot knife control towards the broken door. I mean, at this point, it's again a couple seconds in, and BBL have to try to find a solution. Cosmic Divide comes in to make it a little bit more difficult. I love Sociable's attempt It's
Aman
spamming
dikkat,
inside
aman
that
dikkat.
smoke. It's sneaking through the cosmic
Shotgun
divide.
çekti.
It nearly got him a kill. Miniboo is left on 6 HP,
Oh.
yet still he is alive.
Çok iyi.
Drawing breath on that
Vur onu.
side.
Profek.
Finally he falls, but the trades come in quickly. And
Watched any of BBL so far, he is the center point of this team. Whether or not he is the person finding all the kills or whatever, especially on this map, his stuns and his flashes put players into position. You kill him immediately, it becomes a lot more difficult.
that's exactly it. He'll be in a position of leading from the crow's nest.
Kaçtı.
For Heretics, 6th round is what they're seeking, but a much more slow and
Bir
steady
daha alacaklar.
approach
Bir daha
to it.
gelecekler.
A default to start. A minute on the clock, minute 10, they start moving back together. The unit is now grouped. The Odin, a beautiful touch. Really, chef's kiss on that one. It's going to try to deny some
Çok
of
iyi
the
lan.
control that BBL have. Can't deny that side angle. Prophet does beautifully to find that. I've been looking for a little bit more.
Sen de,
Prophet,
güzel.
They know he's here. They know he's here. This swing won't catch anyone
Ah,
off guard.
lane de aldı.
Boo is quick to deliver.
Çok iyi.
In the same boat.
2 ve 2.
That's a showstopper thrown through, Tom. It might give them a chance. It depends where the spike goes.
Ne olur, ne olur, ne olur, ne olur, ne olur. O round bu round olsun, ne olur.
Can group up, but it's kept it in a 2v2.
Yampi hızlı geldin. İn aşağı Yampi, in aşağı.
Point onwards, but
Oynardın lan burayı.
can they convert
Stun'un
it?
da vardı.
As you
İyi,
said, a
çok iyi.
showstopper here. Oh,
Yemiyor
I think
mu?
Wood's actually gonna tank
Nasıl
that.
yani ya?
No, it missed. Just slightly. That means the damage wasn't anywhere near as much as maybe first thought to be.
Geldi.
Players looking to play on the edge.
Nice!
And instead,
Bu.
it's those low buy weapons.
Çok iyi be.
that get them
Çok
through.
iyi be.
The gamble was worth it. The risk taken paid
Haydi.
off. And after a very slow start to this map,
The foundations have been set for BBL. Well, this player,
İyi grenade.
the showstopper landed a kill. That was his
Nice.
second kill so far. Now with the op
Çok güzel, çok
looks
güzel
to
geri-
change
geri
the
püskürttük,
way this
çok
has
güzel.
been going. Turn the tides in his favor.
Killimiz
At
de
least
var,
for now,
4 ve
they
5.
see
Hadi oğlum.
control. But well, it looks like this hit is going to come in elsewhere.
Bak orada. Kameramız var, traplerimiz var.
started
Çok
something
iyi.
for BBL. Last time out, they were
Ay çok iyi
5-1
ulti.
down versus GX,
İyiymiş
still
o kadar
won the
iyi.
map.
Gitme, gitme, gitme, gitme.
They can do it. Plenty
Erken
of
ultimi ya.
delay. With Vax utility now relying on this site, ready for the push.
Ne yapıyorlar? B'ye gidecekler.
The patience is definitely there. Whether it gets a reward or not remains
Çıktı
to be
oradan,
seen.
çok
Yumpy
iyi.
is pushed up in B
Yumpy,
lane. It's an
Yumpy.
off angle. It's one that's not being checked right now. He's been spotted, but got the kill in time.
Nice
He
oğlum,
leaps around
iyi
the
kaçtın.
corner as well. That buys
Nice.
time for teammates to come
Koşunu
flying
nice.
into the side.
Bu.
And Prophet,
Bu.
would you believe
Haydi.
it? He's got another.
Was, as said, struggling with the hold on C. Wow, speaking of C, Yumpy has already he's just walked up. He's just taken that control. They're going to have a lot of information early. There is nobody on A or B because of the positions they've taken on the map.
Sık lan. Sık lan.
Sociable.
Ah.
I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm seeing what I like. But
Eyvah,
nothing's
geldiler.
happening, and now he's in a lot of danger. That door is open. Uses the
Bak, çok
ultimate to
iyisin.
force them back, stop them
Ay,
from pushing.
çok iyi durdurduk,
Ians
çok
goes
iyi
down.
durdurduk.
I think that was a spam through the smoke from back that finds
Woohoo!
its mark. What was that?
Çıkmasam lan Yumpy.
does the exact
4 ve
same,
3, 4 ve
albeit
3.
a bit more ridiculous of a manner.
Ultili,
That
ikinci ultileri
forces
geldi.
the lockdown, which has detained
O gelmemiş,
at
tamam.
least one, slowing the return of BBL. But the numbers still
Gelmişti.
sit in their
Ne oluyor ya?
favor, and someone has to be the one to seek those kills. Sitting
Gördük,
on the site,
infomuz
waiting,
var.
surely is a death sentence. The name
Heaven oynadı,
corrals
Heaven oynadı,
them all
Heaven
to the
oynadı.
backside. BBL able to
Döndüler,
group
döndüler.
on the side, but there is a gap, and Wood exploits that perfectly. Backside control, maintain, and the spike
Gapli
ticks
smoke ya.
further
3 ve
and
3.
further away. BBL, the ones with pressure on their shoulders. An attempt to draw them into that smoke as the defuse
11
is
can.
but Benji Fishy wins
Nice.
his duel up top. They're holding control for a moment with Boo left to run this clock down just a little bit further, and he might have done it. He just survives as long as he can.
Yes, yes, yes, yes, yes.
He's got it, hasn't he? He's got a little window, 1.5 seconds, just enough. Boo, try.
Control from left.
Ekolar bu eli alırsak.
This time, it has to be given up. And why? It does seem like Heretics themselves are starting to put pressure across the map so those gambles can't come in again.
This is a big work being done by this defensive side. Not letting Heretics run away with it just yet. Narrow margins, but just about coming on top. Profek, big play in the last. He's at a 4-piece as well. Ivan Shirley backs off.
Sola geçtiler yalnız ha.
They're right past him. He's sticking around. looking for the duel. I mean, it's not like he's a chamber. He can't just bail out of here. No gate crash to remove him from this situation. If they swing that corner, Levin's in a lot of trouble. At least you'd imagine so.
Eyvah eyvah.
Oh, he's heard the door breaking. He's got to choose to stand and fight, or, well, stand and fight. He's lost the battle to Benji.
Helal lan. Bir dakika dur.
The door being opened is
İyi
managing to get a
stun.
kill for Yumpy. They're turning this back already, just as the plant goes down.
Cosmic Divide blocks out B main though. This is a big problem.
Riyans'in bir kile ultisi geliyor. Bu fight önemli. Abi niye tek başına çıkıyor bu adam? Ya nasıl yani ya? Headshot attı amına koyayım.
And indeed with the complete abandon of the A site by Benji, you have to think this will be a much more direct round. C is under threat, Yumpy's here, Back is here. They may be forced into a retake fairly soon.
They got Nightfall as well. I wouldn't mind seeing it committed, but instead...
Oh, it was on the way, yeah.
Just gonna take that control. A little bit of an
Helal Yumpy.
So they had the information. Yumpy's done well though. That spike on the deck, but with players so desperately low from the Nightfall, it almost becomes an easy cleanup. Spike's still yet to be retrieved, but I think they want at least some safer space before they do too much more.
I think that's just an excellent read that in this round, BBL would not be playing on site for fear of the Nightfall, so they take site, confirm they're not
nice
there,
lan bak.
and then it's a deeper Nightfall, capitalized on with the nade.
Bir can.
A lot of the dangers, my goodness.
Benji bir can. Wood bir can.
And Boo, well, he was looking like he was going to be in the same boat.
Abi inanamıyorum ya.
They've given a gap, and Levin almost blew it wide open. Now it's two
Canlara bak. Evet, aynen öyle.
Hope is that Benji's going to be able to put in some work, because if he doesn't,
çok iyi lan.
the other two are going to be all too happy to take those fights. Boo clearly is. 7 on the board for Team Heretics.
So a couple of ultimates now start to get close for that defensive side. I'm looking at the Rolling Thunder, I'm looking at the Showstopper. It could easily be in play this round.
Kemler dileğiyle ha. Riyans'in flash'a dönüşü gördünüz mü? Kendi de döndü böyle.
Those orbs, but a kill. And then a retake looks a whole lot more doable. Yumpy is here. Stun goes in, but it won't deter them. Space already taken, but there it is, the kill for Yumpy. The Rolling Thunder online. The risk outside of C that was massive. They used the Rolling Thunder and hasn't come through. Bow took his ult out. What's going on? What is happening? He gets caught with the ult. This round is pure madness.
Levnin ultisi var. Levnin ultisi var.
And now the C site that they were on their way towards, it's not going to be quite as safe as you might have thought. He's toying with the idea. It's coming. Showstopper used, fired, but he's deleted right after. Sociable 1v1 that ends up winning. That was one of the most chaotic rounds.
Come online, Mitch. Both of them were used. They still didn't win.
30 can.
Woot has just been domed. He got hit down to 30 through the corner of the wall.
Ne olur ki ölse.
That's the benefit of buying the wall bang weapons. You can't afford Node and get the Guardian. It's some players that say it's all right. Scream thinks it's good.
Çok güzel kill bak. Bir tane daha oğlum, bir tane daha.
He doesn't know about. There he is though. Okay, it turns out to be a bit of a bait. Showstopper fired in by Miniboo.
Benji ulti var. Bura önemli. Bura önemli, bura kritik. Bura çok kritik. That's one oğlum. Çok iyi. Nice lan sana. Uyandı. Sakin.
The pressure sits on Boo. He knows where both of these players are, but will not.
Not bad. Kötü değil. 5 almadık, 4 aldık. Olur.
Players sit within this A site. An abundance of utility with the potential to delay. Paranoia is going to be the main piece to hold them back, but BBL ain't stopping.
Blinded up, Profek finally pumps the brakes, but waiting for his teammates. Wood at least finding a first, emerging from that smoke seems to be a dead set.
Abi öldüremedik ki, killleri alamadık ki.
Smoke fades, but there's another there blocking the way. And for BBL, sure, boots are on the ground. They've claimed control of the site, but there's too many opponents to risk a plant. They have to brave the push.
Nice! Çok iyi. İnanılmaz. Sociable Ace'i var ya.
Müthiş
geldi, müthiş. Ölme. Ölme. 3v2. Ölme. Vur onu. Vur onu. Nice oğlum Soshi. 3v1 çok iyi. Nice. Nice. Çok iyi double pick. Çok iyi. Haydi. O ne amına koyayım. Helal Soshi. Helal Soshi. Vur hepsini smoke'tan. Hepsini vur smoke'tan. 4v3 sakin. Şu mini buyu öldürsek ya bak. Şeyi var. Marshall'ı var.
Some of those superstars that we have been learning about over the last couple of weeks. Slowing the pace down though. They still have a few rifles, still have a fair amount to lose. With Minibu's Marshall over on that A site.
Bomboş bir nade. Dön abi C'ye. Aynen öyle. Dön C'ye. Bomboş C. Yürü amına koyayım ya.
The group from BBL and slow shift to the other side. Not looking to just push
Biraz gereksiz bir küfür ettim az önce.
No doubt there's going to be players
olur. O da olur. Ama oradan
40 seconds on the clock. Well, they have the choice.
Daralan sıkıntı olmasın ya.
Still traps covering the A and C push-ups. The logical conclusion is B. The thing is that's the quickest rotation for Heretics.
Beyler vurun şunu.
Two players sure smoked off but ready to emerge from it. A third up top. This could overwhelm the players on the
Oğlum yardım etsenize.
Landing another, but it's a 2v2. 18 seconds left. The spike needs to be planted. A smoke though gives them that safe spot to plant. The nade close. It will deny it. A second attempt at the plant. This time a little more out in the open, but it lands. Finally connected. Minibu needs both shots. Both players are low though.
Dilensin bırak dilensin.
First. 2 bullets. That's all he puts in. He'll have to land both. As the timer ticks away, they start to think about him repositioning, but round the corner he comes anyways. A firing squad. He spotted that. Although they've separated, they've given him a chance. He's just
dilenmeye bak, dilenmeye bak. Dilenmeye bak.
But nothing is granted. Swift death.
Keşke
that to get into the seaside. We'll have to wait and see.
Levnin 2 tane adama tek atıyor. Mini bu ile Bu'ya tek atar vuruşu. Outlaw oynuyor. İkisi de yarım armor. Ve şu an tam olarak oraya gidiyor. Tam olarak oraya gidiyor. Tek atabileceği kişilere gidiyor şu an. Hadi oğlum. Hadi oğlum. Hadi oğlum.
He sees them. Paranoia is thrown out. Big swing. Round might just be over before it gets started, but they've seen Boo up top. Now the element of surprise. Well, it disappears. Nade goes deep. That will do great damage actually. Minibu.
Çok damage yedik.
Down to 37 though. After that initial fight, they back off. Heretics give up the control on A and gamble.
Tek ara dönün.
This is where the nightfall comes in, but it's been dodged. Cage will be there to try and deny, re-ents the space, but he's already managed to highlight 2 players. We talked about those haunts on the other side. This time, it's re-ents. Well, I say this time, it has been throughout this map. An incredible performance. Spike on the deck. Unsociable. It's going to be spotted. No chance for any.
Ne diyorsun ya Soshi? Bir dakika, Sociable Cooking mi? 3 kişi bakıyor kanka. 3 kişi bakıyor ya. Ent.
Yeah, I think it was either back from pushing. The attack though, again have more of a focus on early B presence. Not necessarily taking it, but just making sure that the defenders don't have that information.
The defenders at this point, they don't have any information of their own. A Prowler is thrown out on B to confirm they're not just sitting outside there on the attack side, ready
Mini bu ulti var. O biraz dert.
Of that site. With A being spotted, it's not the best control in the world, but it's at least the jump spot confirms that probably no one has crossed. Tiny window they could get across.
And after last round, he's just putting deep smokes to sell the idea that there is still someone there.
Exactly. They want them to think there's A control. Heretics want them to maybe walk towards B, but they've already been punished there. What they really want
3 kişiler abi. Bir de Mini Bu da burada ya. Çok kötü attık. Gamble'ları çok kötü attık. Ne yapsın ki abi? Üçler yani amına koyayım.
And Boo, who's now rotated into position. There is 13 seconds. I don't know.
Girin artık abi.
You're running into a
Koruduk.
site blind
Koruduk,
through a
Eko
smoke.
kalacağız
It's
yoksa.
just not worth it for BBL. And that round ended before it even began. A perfect idea sold by the side of Heretic.
Let's go back to A. They were stacked C. A side should be a little easier to take. What are they doing? One guy pushing up? No, it's 4 players pushing up. It's flashes, it's paranoias, it's everything. And nothing for BBL. 5 players went towards A main. 4 players walk away.
And that's the thing. They've attempted that trap a couple of times. Again, utilizing that Astra utility, dragging players into awkward fights, stunning them as they try and make their way through. Last round, there was no contact. Okay, we got that space for free. Now, let's do it again. Wait and see if they try and take that control. And losing A control, it just makes it so hard to play because now look at the defense.
Same positions.
Exactly the same.
It's picture perfect. This time there's no showstopper. As we said last time, it wasn't needed. Woot goes down. Spam is good. Spam is dealing big damage, but Mini Bu, he is crushed into the other smoke and from the shadows. He is dealing death to his opponents. BBL being swept away.
They're walking up with 3 players with a Paranoia setup.
It's the first time we've seen this.
Oh, Paranoia in, easy kill. It literally, so far, has been spot on. They have read them every step of the way. It literally, it sounds like Boo is in their comms. Like,
genuinely, we need to look into that. The fact that that's the first time we see a B push-up. And again, it's like, okay, they call a pause. What's not been working? They can't get a main control, we push them back. They can't get C site, there's always 3 of us there. They probably think there's 3 people playing that side of the map because our rotations are so good. Where are they going to go? Might be B.
They went B once with an ult.
Çok iyi okuyorlar abi bizi. İnanılmaz okuyorlar yani. Bak nereye gitsek 3 kişi oradalar. Nereye gitsek.
Honestly outlandish. And from BBL's perspective, it must feel like just banging your head against a brick wall, chasing windmills in the hurricane.
The thing is, so Rians has already fallen back. He has Nightfall. That's why he's solo on the A site this time.
Retake bırakıyorlar.
They are happy with his ability to slow them down. With the early failure on B, they're going to try and leave a player behind. Already though, Heretics are set up for the retake. That is their goal. To try and get back into the site later into the round. They need a disruptor. Sociable is that disruptor. If he can
Sociable'ın oyunu çok önemli. Sociable'ın oyunu çok önemli.
Timing here is absolutely everything, and again this guy has the perfect read.
He's too smart. Something needs to be done about this guy. BBL, they try to throw something else out there. It doesn't work.
They dodged him.
Sure. Sidestepping, but look, it's a 5v3. Vac needs to make a big play. Boo is again watching for the player trying to sneak up on him. He's just ready for every play. Now they've got an angle to deny this spike. They've actually killed one. They don't know that that wasn't the diffuser. It's halved already. Yumpy alone knows there's a player by the door. Catches his head. And now it's Benji Fishy against the rolling. Oh no, Yumpy! He gave it away! He thought there's no time for the Rolling Thunder. But
even somewhat an economy breaker. They are coming in with mostly Guardians. A faster attempted and a much better start. They've at least cleared one. There's nowhere for Benji
ya
to go.
Kill çıkardı oradan amına koyayım.
So this is one of the first times we've seen them with an advantage in one of these rounds.
Yeah, it's a first successful C take, I suppose. Thunder. Rolling Thunder for Bo's blind. Yeah, good job. They saved that one over. 6 rounds in a row needed. It could be the first domino to fall. We don't expect to see Rolling Thunder used here. It should be safe. But a kill going the way of Heretics, and that plan goes out the window. BBL, Yumpy. Wow, that previous round lit a fire under him, evidently. Looking hot to the touch as 12-6 turns 12-7. Boo left to save this weapon. Heretics, well, they'll finally taste defeat in a round, but defeat in the map is a long way away. Would have to be overtime, and even getting there is going to be a challenge.
It seems like Boo's attempt here is to do as much damage as possible. They've got spare credits, so not really the end of the run to see, and he is going to immediately take that space. However, one thing they haven't been able to claim a lot in this map is A-site control. They already have it, but you don't want to face up against Rians and miss.
Çok iyi lan.
Yeah, you face
okay, trade'leriz.
head on and it'll take the wind out of your sails.
Gayet tabii trade'leriz.
4 ultis. BBL,
Aa,
2
bir dakika.
high impact ones, but when to use them is the real problem they have to solve. Miniboo on his way around. Rolling Thunder used on A. Okay, back? I mean, he's just used a cage though. Miniboo knows that he's on the B side. He knows they might be coming back in this direction. He's sticking
B'ye
around.
döndük.
And that Showstopper will be quick to be fired in. Or at least if it is quickly fired in, they're in trouble. Here it is. Knowing that they're still close by. One goes far.
Ne?
Close, nothing. Lands for damage. Nade is good. Levin pushed forward and it's into an off. He doesn't know what's just around that corner, but he won't walk into it. The lockdown instead, sending them in the other direction. Buying space for Heretics. As they now move to the site with a cosmic divide that has to be pushed through. This is an uphill battle.
Beyler çözdü amına koyayım. Alo.
Someone needs to step in. They don't even make it past the cosmic divide. 13-7. Heretics.
Unlucky.